Ook u, dames en heren, jongens en meisjes. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. En de spelers natuurlijk bedankt. Ook u, dames en heren, jongens en meisjes. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. en heren, jongens en meisjes. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. En de spelers natuurlijk bedankt. Ook die dames en heren, jongens en meisjes. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal.
this party, let's get naughty. Can't go.
12.
Love is not enough, baby. Come to me.
van het elftal. En de spelers natuurlijk bedankt. Ook die dames en heren, jongens en meisjes. Bedankt voor de fantastische ondersteuning van het elftal. elftal.
Capacity stadium, and looking pretty full as well this evening in what should be an intriguing fixture between two of Europe's big giants, of course, one of which is heading to the World Cup later on in the year, one of which isn't, of course. Italy knocked out in that playoff some weeks ago to North Macedonia. And it's a new look Italy side really that Roberto Mancini is trying to build as they look to turn their fortunes around. Fortunes can turn so quickly, of course. Taken the place of friendlies really, and some nations clearly taking it more seriously than others. The French, of course, the substitutes benches, first of all Germany, Baumann the goalkeeper, Brandt the Gnabry, of course, who's banged in so many for Bayern this season, Goretzka, Kai Havertz, Henrichs, Kehrer, Musiala, Amecha, Stack, Tart and Trapp, and then the Italians, Acerbi, Cabrari, Cragno, Di Lorenzi, Di Marco, Esposito, Gallini, Locatelli, Luis Felipe, Sina, Scalvini and Scamacca. And the Italians without their big superstar this evening, still struggling I think with injuries. Marco Verratti, Paris Saint-Germain, he's not featuring at all this evening. I don't think he has featured in any of the Nations League games so far. As we have a break following this game, of course there'll be a couple of games left, there'll be 4 games apiece that have been played. Last time out for these two teams then, a draw. Worth mentioning as well that the Germans haven't beaten Italy in their last 7 fixtures, dating back to the 28th of June 2012 when they posted a 2-1 win in the Europa in the European Championships. It's been pretty miserable for the Germans since then. 4 draws, couple of defeats. Big win for Italy in March of 2016, 4-1 international friendly win there. So Germany will be playing in their usual home strip this evening. White shirts, white socks. Goalkeeper in all bright yellow this evening. His opposite number, Donnarumma, in all in red. Referee for this evening is Istvan Kovacs. An experienced referee. He'll get us underway this evening. And what seems to be a fairly bright, cool June evening here in the Hungarians. Certainly not out of it. The rank outsiders you'd feel in these big 4 teams. Italy then in this first half will be playing from right to left. They're in their usual home strip, blue shirts, white shorts, white socks. And what promises to be an intriguing fixture here at Borussia Park. So the Germans will get us underway. They're playing from left to right in the first half. We'll be looking for a fast start. Of course, they started well against England, but kind of faded towards the end, allowing them back into the game. And that Harry Kane equaliser a couple of minutes from time, sharing the spoils between the old firm of Germany and England. Game gets underway, Germany get us underway, and they have the ball early down this right-hand side, playing it back towards the edge of their 18-yard line. Ball played back to Manuel Neuer, just standing on his penalty spot, takes a couple of touches to take it towards the edge of his penalty area, and then kicks long left-footed from the D, bounces a couple of times and bounces favourably for Thomas Müller. Müller plays the ball forward towards the edge of the penalty area for Germany. Look, ball a little bit loose just on the edge of the penalty area, almost threaded that to Hoffmann, and then a foot in to clear the ball out towards the right hand, or towards the Italian right hand side. It's gone out of play actually. It's going to be a throw in to Germany on the halfway line. Good touch for Antonio Rudiger, Chelsea man, forward now to Joshua Kimmich, just outside the centre circle inside the German half. Back to the aforementioned Rudiger, kicks long left-footed down the centre of the field, headed clear for Italy towards the edge. Barella with his back to goal, just retreating slightly, plays it across the edge of the pitch, and then a first-time ball out towards his near side. A little bit of space for Spinazzola. Spinazzola has the ball on his left foot. Can he get the ball into the box? He does attempt to. It's blocked, and blocked well by Hoffmann, but he still has possession. Plays it towards the edge of the penalty area, digged inside the penalty area. Neuer will come, and in fact Neuer will just shepherd that one out of play for a goal kick towards the right of his goal. Sign of the times tonight, though, that not one Juventus player in the starting 11 for Italy. A couple of Roma players, a couple of Inter players. Milan, of course, snatching the title, the Italian Serie A title from Inter this season. Coming deep just to get himself on the ball, just to get a little bit of possession for the Man City player. Back inside the penalty area again was Saul, the number 15, once more for Germany. Low ball right-footed out towards this near side. What's gone out of play? It's going to be a German throw. Forward to Gundogan. Gundogan lays it off to Saul. Saul can bring the ball forward under a little bit of pressure from an Italian player. Does well to make his way towards this right-hand side and by Klosterman. Klosterman now goes down under a challenge. Unfair one, says the referee. It's going to be a free kick to Germany, just a couple of yards in field down this right-hand side, about midway inside the Italian half. Thomas Müller currently behind it, but I think he'll probably start making his way towards the edge of the penalty area and leave this for somebody else. They've taken it quickly in the end, the Germans. Back towards the halfway line again with Kimmich. Kimmich out towards this near side once more, and Klosterman. Klosterman with a lovely ball down the line. That's a decent one. Looking for Hoffmann. Can he get the ball into the box? No, he can't. His attempted cross was deflected clear. Germany have picked it up again, though, about 25 yards out. A little bit loose on the edge of the Italian penalty area, and in the end, Bastoni can clear. Just clears it to nobody in particular at all, and it's picked up by Rudiger inside the centre circle for Germany, who will build once again. It's the Germans with all the possession early on. Right-footed ball swept towards the left-hand side this time. Lovely first touch as well from Rom, the number 3. Linked into the box right-footed. That's got too much on it. That's all the way through to Donnarumma. He's impressed in his first season at PSG, Donnarumma, of course. He's become one of the PSG superstars who continue to underperform in the Champions League, but in the domestic front they're certainly still well on top in France, as Italy now look to play the ball over the halfway line. A little bit of a break possibly on for the Italians here down the right hand side with Politano. Politano cuts in field slightly, just slows the pace down, takes the impetus out of the break and allows Germany to get back, and in fact Germany have won possession and back again. They have the ball now central inside their half. Now Leroy Sané, can he put the afterburners on? He's inside the Italian half already and passes a little bit loose, gets the ball back, has it on his right foot, tries the shot, and it's about a yard wide of the right hand upright. Decent shot from the former Man City man. He got lucky really, because his pass was a poor one about 25 yards out. I think he was looking for the 1-2, and in the end he ended up getting a 1-2 from the Italian defender, because it hit the defender, but fell kindly for the man with the afro. Right-footed shot. Donnarumma seemed to have it covered, to be fair, fairly low, a couple of yards wide. First sight of goal for either team so far this evening. 7 minutes played. Germany 0, Italy 0. On ball forward from the Italian goalkeeper. Germany again have won the ball back. They're certainly quicker to every ball at the moment. Now it's a little bit scrappy on the halfway line, and the Italians have picked it up. Ball out of play though, down the near side on the halfway line. Italian throw. In the end does well and manages to find Notto, the only Italian player in the starting 11 not playing in the Italian league, in Serie A, plays in Switzerland. Left-footed ball into the box. Here's an opportunity for Italy, and the sliding shot comes in, which Neuer saves well. Didn't quite get the connection. There were 2 Italian players going for it, Notto and I think the other one was Politano. Just looking at the replay of it now, it was a left-footed cross from the right-hand side. And I think the touch came off of Raspadori, the number 22. Just got the faintest of touches. He was just sort of stretching for it. Neuer got down well, but what Neuer did do well, because Otto was closing in on him, was looking to get that rebound off of the German goalkeeper, is that he managed to grab the ball quickly after making the save to ensure that Otto couldn't put the rebound in for Italy. But a little bit of scare there for Germany, who've had the better of it so far this evening. The Italians still there with a threat. It still seems ludicrous that they won't be joining the elite of world football come the end of the year in Qatar, considering some of the teams that qualified for the World Cup, the Italians not being there. There's quite often a big name that doesn't make it, doesn't get through World Cup qualifying, and it's Italy for the second successive World Cup. And what makes that even more bizarre is the fact that in between those two World Cups they've won the European Championships. Loose touch there for Germany through Hoffmann. They've won the ball back now though with Sane. Sane's pass again about 25 yards out is poor. Cleared by the Italians, but picked up again by Gundogan this time. Gundogan ball in field, about 40 yards from goal now. The Germans working it from left to right. Here's space now for Kimmich. Kimmich is possible. Oh, it's a little bit sloppy, but it does find a white shirt down this near side through Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller having to retreat towards the right-hand side of the penalty area. Has the ball again now, the veteran, playing it back towards the halfway line for the Germans. Saul with the touch, and then Rudiger. Low ball right-footed out towards the left-hand side for Germany. Just retreating again back towards the halfway line. Gundogan again, back inside the centre circle now with Saul. Right-footed ball towards the edge of the penalty area is a decent one. Out towards the left-hand side. Now here's a crossing opportunity for the Germans, and it comes. This is an opportunity. It must be the opening goal of the game, and there it is. It slid in through Joshua Kimmich. It couldn't have been simpler. Ball in from the left-hand side. He had acres of space inside the penalty area. Rowe arrived just on the penalty spot. He had time to take one touch, and really he had time just to place his shot to the right of the goalkeeper. Donnarumma with absolutely no chance at all. Really, really poor, sloppy defending by the Italians. But the Germans have got their reward for a bright and breezy start here at Borussia Park. They've taken the lead. It's Germany 1, Italy 0, and a thoroughly deserved opener for the Germans. Just couldn't believe how much space he had inside that penalty area. Just stretched out the right leg, took the ball down beautifully about 8 yards out, left-footed finish. Actually went through the legs of, it was, looking at the replay, it wasn't actually a particularly good finish. He got kind of lucky. He, rather than hitting it to the side of the goal, he almost sort of hit it down the centre of the goal. Donnarumma was diving towards his left-hand side. He went through his legs. It's the opener for Germany in the 11th minute through Joshua Kimmich. Germany 1, Italy 0. Now with Manuel Neuer. Rahm, it was the number 3 with the assist for that goal, just to confirm that cross from the left-hand side. Looking out, Joshua Kimmich for that finish. Elsewhere, 4 games going on in the... no, there's not. There's more than 4 games going on. What am I going on about? There's quite a few games going on in Europe. So we've already had a finish. Armenia 1, Scotland 4. Currently Bosnia and Herzegovina 1, Finland 1, Romania 0, Montenegro 0, Ukraine 0, Ireland 0. In this group it's still England 0, Hungary 0. It's Holland 0, Wales 0, Poland 0, Belgium 0, Luxembourg 0, Faroe Islands 0, Turkey 0, Lithuania 0. Finished earlier, Moldova 2, Andorra 1, Liechtenstein 0, Latvia 0. And of course there's that World Cup qualifier going on at the same time, which is the last of the matches to confirm the 32 teams at the World Cup in Qatar in November. And it's Costa Rica 1, New Zealand 0 at half-time. As it stands, Costa Rica will be the 32nd and final team to qualify for the World Cup, following the Australians, of course, who qualified last night. Germany have possession inside their own half. It's with Saul, the number 15, inside the centre circle. Low ball right-footed out towards this near side. Played back to Saul again, who turns. Looks like he's going to play it back to Neuer. He does, right-footed, just on the edge of his penalty area. Low ball left-footed up towards the right-hand side for Neuer. Gets the ball back immediately from Saul, the number 15. Then there's a low ball out towards the left-hand side, this time for Germany. But Leroy Sané's come deep to try and regain possession for the Germans, who lost it, then regained it again, then lost it again. They got it back now, and there's a ball down the left-hand side and a cross from the left-hand side. There's not one German shirt inside that penalty area, and Italy can clear. Italy clear poorly because they've given it straight back to the Germans now. 25 yards out, ball down. Cross is volleyed over the crossbar, and behind for a corner. It was David Fratesi with the volleyed clearance for Italy, who are really struggling at the moment to contain the Germans. While that's going on, Timo Werner is down on his haunches. I'm not sure if he's struggling physically, the Chelsea man. Keep an eye on that one. Corner then to Germany from the right-hand side. Looking to double the advantage here, leading as they are by a goal to nil. Corner will be taken by David Raum. Left-footed in swinging, and it comes. Plenty of white shirts inside that box. It's cleared by the Italians. And then there's a header from Rudiger, I think it was in the end, which goes wide of the right-hand post through for a goal kick. Germany themselves, of course, seems a long time ago now that they won the World Cup, of course, 8 years ago. The responsibility of that lies with Hansi Flick, of course. Took over from Jogi Löw as the German manager. He's on the right path at the moment, of course, the Germans qualifying comfortably for the World Cup, as they always seem to. Mentioned earlier, there always seems to be a shock. There always seems to be one team that doesn't qualify for the World Cup, and a surprising team that you expect to see there. It never seems to be the Germans. Always qualifying, they always seem to qualify comfortably. Quarter of an hour played, Germany 1, Italy 0. Throw in for Germany. They've lost possession, Italy clear. Forward inside the German half. It's gone out of play down this near side, just shy of the halfway line. It'll be a German throw down the right hand side, taken quickly by Klostermann. RB Leipzig player. Now it's with Rudiger. Rudiger central inside the German half. Plenty of green grass. Back towards the edge of the penalty area again, and then back with Manuel Neuer. Takes one touch to take it towards his left-hand side. And another touch, looking to take the short one. Is he going to kick long this time, Neuer? He does. Cut out on the halfway line, but again, Italy losing possession. Actually, that's a foul there by the number 23, Bastoni. Free kick to Germany on the halfway line. Glimpse of Roberto Mancini down this near side, just bellowing instructions to his players. They'll be disappointed, I think, with the start that they've made. Made a very bright start against England. The Italians couldn't take advantage, and it became a little bit of a damp squib, really, that fixture in the end. Italians certainly with the brighter early on and had the better of it. Back with Manuel Neuer now, plays it out low. Germany working it towards the right-hand side, and in the end they have found Klostermann hugging the touchline. Klostermann turns, plays it back to Manuel Neuer. First time ball by him out towards Antonio Rudiger. Again, Rudiger's got plenty of space in front of him to run into if he fancies his chances here. The Chelsea man, no, he thinks better of it. Long ball forward this time for Germany down the centre of the field is a decent one. Muller controls it well, lays it off. Italian leg in there to clear out towards the right-hand side, and Italy can clear now and potentially break. This could be interesting from the Italians. Germany retreating well, to be fair, to close down the space, and the impetus has gone already, and in fact Italy have lost possession on the halfway line. They do regain it though inside the centre circle through Bastoni. Bastoni just takes one touch and then volleys it down the centre of the field, goes all the way through to Manuel Neuer, picks the ball up and then bowls it out to Rudiger. Rudiger square ball by him to Saul. Back to the Bayern goalkeeper once more on the penalty spot. First time touched by him out towards Antonio Rudiger once more. Saul this time brings the ball forward, right-footed low out towards this near side. It's a decent one, lovely first touch as well. down the left-hand side by Klosterman to cut in field back towards the halfway line again and inside the centre circle again with Joshua Kimmich, the goal scorer, breaking the deadlock this evening for Germany. It's a real ball from right to left by Saul out towards the left-hand side. They've retreated down the touchline. It's Gundogan now. Gundogan in field to Kimmich. Kimmich has got a couple of blue shirts for company but does well. Finds Gundogan once more, then in field to Kimmich again. Kimmich now with a low ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Played back again to Saul. Germany dominating possession here. Gundogan has it, looking to thread the eye of a needle here. The Germans, they look to press home the advantage by getting a second. Is a crossing opportunity from the right-hand side, possibly for Klosterman. In it comes into the arms of the goalkeeper. Nice and easy for Donnarumma. Coming up towards the 20-minute mark. Germany 1, Italy 0. As the Italians have possession inside their own penalty area. Hungary have taken the lead against England, so it's England 0, Hungary 1. Hungary have already beaten England, of course, in the group away from home. And be a little bit of a shock this evening if they were to win that one, the Hungarians away from home. Salai with the goal in the 16th minute. England 0, Italy 1. Holland have taken the lead against the Welsh, so it's the Netherlands 1, Wales 0. Goal from Lang. And Belgium have taken the lead against Poland. Batshuayi with the goal for the Belgians. They've been struggling recently. Former round, the number 3 for Germany. The Italian player gone down under that challenge. For unfair ones, as a referee, it will be an Italian free kick. Referee just coming over and checking on the Italian player. He's gone down. He just, well, it's one of those, if you look at the replay, it's a little bit embarrassing for Politano, the number 17, because as Rahm's gone up for that header, he's come down with his arm flailing, and his arm, well, his hand has just, well, it's just brushed the Italian's face, to be fair, and he's gone down as if he's been poleaxed. And he's won himself a free kick. Rahm, from what I could see, look at his eyes, had no idea that the Italian player was there anyway. And his hand was just in a natural position. That's a very, very odd one from the official, but he's given the free kick to the Italians, and an opportunity for them to clip one into the box here. It's about midway inside the German half, about 2 yards in field, over on the far side, the Italian right. And it looks as if it's going to come in from Raspadori, the number 22, or possibly Politano himself, the number 17, who's behind this one as well. Got the option of the right foot or the left foot. Politano does leave it for Raspadori, and it comes right-footed. There's the header. It's a decent header, but it's a couple of yards over the bar and through for a goal kick. It was Cristante, the Roma player, with the header. Roma, of course, finishing the... Well, he's offside anyway, looking at the replays. It wouldn't have counted had it gone in. Finished the season well, the Romans, of course, winning the Nations Conference League under Jose Mourinho. More silverware there for the self-proclaimed special one. But a little bit of disappointment really for Roma. I think finished 6th in the league. No real progress made there as the long ball's played forward out towards its near side. It's gone out of play. It's going to be an Italian throw on the halfway line down their left-hand side, taken by Spinazzola. Spinazzola just looking for some movement from some blue shirts in front of him really at the moment. Still has the ball in his hand. In the end, he does throw it and just finds a white shirt, completely wasted by the Italians. Saul plays it back to Manuel Neuer, just lurking on the edge of his 6-yard area. Takes one touch and then returns the favour by playing it back to the Bayern defender. Brings the ball forward now and then decides to leave it for Kimmich. Italians doing well to close down the Germans, but the Germans still have possession. It's with Leroy Sané now. Lovely first touch by him, and then he's pulled at the midriff, goes down. Well, he didn't go down, to be fair. The referee had already blown his whistle. It's a free kick to the Germans just inside their own half. Dutch have gone 2-0 up against the Welsh now, so it's Holland 2, Wales 0. Gakpo with the goal. And it is still England 0, Hungary 1. Bosnia-Herzegovina 1, Finland 2, Luxembourg 1, Faroe Islands 0, Liechtenstein 0, Latvia 1, still Costa Rica 1, New Zealand 0 in that World Cup playoff qualifier. Free kick then to Germany. We are, what are we now, 24 minutes into this first half. Germany 1, Italy 0. Goal in the 11th minute from Joshua Kimmich. Well-deserved goal as well for the Germans. They've had the better of it. They've been the better team. They've been the better organised. And they have possession once more inside the centre circle. Out towards this near side now. And Klostermann plays it forward and then out towards the right side again. Hoffmann, Klostermann again. Germans having to retreat slightly. The Italians just doing slightly better to close down. The Germans not give them as much space as they had inside that first 20 minutes, but they've still found a pocket of space over on the left-hand side as they retain possession. Now it's with Gundogan just outside the centre circle inside the Italian half. Ball forward by him to Kimmich. Now it's Timo Werner, who's really struggled so far to get himself on the ball, but he has won himself a throw-in over on the far side. It's level with the Italian, the edge of the Italian penalty area down the German left-hand side. Out with Gundogan now. Back towards the halfway line, and Antonio Rudiger returns the favour, plays it back to the Man City midfielder once more. Midfield again to Kimmich. Germans retreating again, back towards the halfway line with Saul. Saul forward now to Sane, lovely layoff by the former Man City man. Now a little bit of space possibly for Hoffmann. Closed down well, then Gundogan clips it towards the right-hand side of the penalty area. It's got too much on it. The run was made down the right-hand side by Klostermann, but it had too much on it from Gundogan. It's through for a goal kick. The Welsh have just got one back against Holland. It's Holland 2, Wales 1. Johnson with the goal. And we play 25 minutes here at Borussia Park. It's Germany 1, Italy 0. Italy have got themselves a goal kick. Up to 5 substitutions allowed in the Nations League. It's interesting to see if there's any changes either at half-time or certainly in the early stages of the second half, particularly for the Italians, if things stay as they are. No ball forward towards the edge of the, towards the halfway line really. Is just misplaced once more, and Germany in possession again. Gundogan, lovely ball by him, scampering down the right-hand side. It's Timo Werner, who's on the right-hand side of the penalty, has the ball on his right foot. Timo Werner, he tries to get the cross in, and in the end, it's one of those where he's hit the defender and it's just ricocheted back onto him and through for an Italian goal kick. Still failing to win the hearts of many Chelsea players, Timo Werner. His Chelsea teammate Kai Havertz, of course, who'll probably always be known for scoring the goal that won Chelsea the European Cup a couple of years ago. Of course, he's on the bench tonight. I'll see him in the second half. Now Italy have the ball down the right side with Spinazzola. Spinazzola, well, his touch was a little bit heavy. Tried to win the ball back, concedes the free kick. Leading with the referee. Referee's having none of it. Germany have possession once more, and a little bit of frustration, I feel, from the Italians, who really haven't got going inside this first half an hour. Germany have it with Klostermann down this right-hand side, deep inside the German half. Low ball right-footed towards the halfway line is a nice one, and here's a chance for Gundogan to show what he can do. Sliding challenge coming in, though, to win the ball back for Italy. Game just opening up last few minutes. Could be a good thing for the Italians. Notto now on the halfway line, leaves it in the end for Calabria. Calabria plays it back to the number 23, Bastoni. Bastoni plays the low ball out towards the right-hand side for Italy. Italy just inside the German half. Retreating down the right-hand side, and a little bit predictable from the Italians. Central inside their half now is Bastoni again, the Inter man. Thought about playing it back to Donnarumma, thought better of it. Just in the end played the square ball, though, to his central defensive partner, and then gets the ball back immediately. Bastoni now out towards his left-hand side, and Fratesi. Germany just playing it inside their own half, not really going anywhere, not really creating anything. And the Germans just happy to sit back at the moment and soak this all up. It's very predictable from the Italians at the moment. In the end, they do play a long ball down the left-hand side, and the Italian player is Spinazzola. He'll do well to keep it in. He did keep it in. He won himself a throw-in, so throw-in down the left-hand side for the Italians. Actually, it's gone the other side of the corner flag, so it will be a corner to Italy down the left-hand side. Deciding to go for the short one in the end to Barella. Back again to Raspadori. Makes his way down towards the dead ball line, cuts it back to Politano. And really, they've wasted the impetus here, Italy. They do still have possession down this right-hand side, but Germany is so well organised. Back to Neuer. And Neuer, cool as a cucumber as always, clears for Germany to Kimmich. Kimmich with a low ball out towards his near side. Timo Werner has possession for the Germans. Plays it back towards the halfway line again. Now it's with Kimmich again, just outside the centre circle, just to slide one forward, deflects clear, but falls kindly for Leroy Sané, who lays it off to Gundogan. Gundogan turns, decides to leave this one for Kimmich. Kimmich central inside the Italian half. Retreats slightly and plays a square ball to Rudiger. Rudiger out towards the left-hand side. And Rom, the number 3, back inside the centre circle now for Germany, just retaining possession, just grabbing a stronghold on the game again. The Italians had good possession for the previous sort of 5 minutes or so, but here's a little bit of possession and space down the left-hand side for Klostermann. Klostermann plays it back towards the halfway line. Germany, patient as ever, start again with Rudiger inside the centre circle. Now Hoffman, and then Saul all the way back to Manuel Neuer. We played half an hour here at the Borussia Park. Germany 1, Italy 0. As Neuer plays it out right-footed to Rudiger once more. Rudiger forward to Kimmich. Kimmich right-footed ball down the centre of the field, but that one's going to go through to Donnarumma. He takes one touch, plays it out low. Finds Cristante out towards the right-hand side for Italy. Then the long ball forward from Spinazzola down the right-hand side. It only finds a white shirt in Antonio Rudiger again. Infield to Kimmich. Now Sané. Challenge comes in. Took 2 Italian players to win the ball back, and in the end, actually, there's a German player gone down. I think the referee has seen in favour of him. He's given a free kick to the Germans over on the far side, just a couple of yards in field, just inside the Italian half. Kimmich it was, he went down. Now Bosnia and Herzegovina 2, Finland 2. Sounds like a cracker. 4-goal thriller, 34 minutes played. Ukraine 0, Ireland 1. Still Costa Rica 1, New Zealand 0, and still England 0, Hungary 1. It's been a miserable Nations League so far for England, who've failed to score a goal from open play so far. The only thing they've got to show for their troubles is a Harry Kane penalty late against the Germans, of course, which gave them the point. Really stopped the rot. Germany 1, Italy 0 here. So as things would stand, Germany would go top. They've got 3 points at the moment. The Italians have got 5. So this would give the Germans 6 with a win tonight. That will put them top. 6, Italy with 5. Obviously the Hungarians, actually the Hungarians would have 6, wouldn't they? No, the Hungarians would have 7. So the Hungarians would be top. And you know who'd be rock bottom? England. Germany 1, Italy 0. Corner to Germany over on the far side, down the German left. It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger, and it comes. Flicked on at the near post, headed clear, and just volleyed clear in the end for the Italians at the second attempt. Manuel Neuer's come scampering out of his goal with a lovely cushioned header inside the centre circle for Germany, who will build once more and lay another attack on the Italian penalty area. It does feel like this game's up for grabs for Germany to put it to bed inside this first half. Here's Timo Werner on the back towards the halfway line to win that ball back, but that's unfair, says the referees. It will be a free kick to the Italians. Sané, as I mentioned earlier, certainly wasn't in the Bayern good books as far as the Bayern faithful go in his early stages at Bayern Munich. I think he has to some extent turned that around with some decent performances this season. Of course, Bayern disappointing in the Champions League this year. Competition there always seem to get to the latter stages of. Is Spinazzola down the near side for Italy, sweeps the ball towards the right-hand side. There's plenty of space over on that right-hand side as well for Politano. Can he get the cross in? He can. Here's an opportunity. Oh, my goodness me. Ballooned over the bar by Nicola Barella when he should have done better. He was arriving late on the edge of the penalty area. Had some space, had some time. He should have taken a touch at least. Went for it first time, right-footed. Ballooned his shot over the bar. Through for a German goal kick. Ball back immediately. First time ball left-footed this time. Saul can bring this one clear towards the halfway line. He's over the halfway line and then finds a lovely ball down the right-hand side for the Germans. Finds Klostermann. He's closed down by Notto, who does well actually in Italy. Just halfway line again. The Germans retain possession inside the centre circle now with the number 15, Niklas Süle. Four Bayern players in the starting lineup for Germany this evening. So often is the case, of course, for the German champions who've just won, I think it was their 8th league title in a row, 10th league title in a row. As dominant as ever, Bayern in the German league. Here come the Germans again now inside the centre circle. Saul has it. Gundogan comes deep. Played back again to Klostermann and then back to Saul inside the centre circle. Now it's Gundogan again. A little busy bee that he is. Finds the square ball to Saul. Clips it forward right-footed looking for Leroy Sané. Sané can't get his head on it. It was just a little bit too airy. But it does bounce towards the left-hand side. There's a cross from the left-hand side which is headed clear for the Italians. It'll be picked up though by Hoffman down the near side. Does well to play it back towards Klostermann. Back towards the halfway line again. Antonio Rudiger just outside the centre circle for the Germans. Finds Niklas Süle again, who first time right-footed plays the ball towards the left-hand side for the Germans. A little bit of space over on that left-hand side as well. For Rom, the number 3. Back in field to Gundogan. Now Kimmich. And here's Leroy Sané, 35 yards out. A little bit of trickery from him, but just tried one too many, I think. There's a German player gone down. Recess play on. Italians have cleared out towards this near side. It'll be a throw into Germany on the halfway line down their right-hand side. Sane's certainly not scared to take people on. He's full of trickery, full of step-overs, full of wizardry. Sometimes it pays off and sometimes when it doesn't, well, he can make himself look a little bit foolish. It's been a little bit hit and miss for him so far this evening. Throwing then to Germany. They haven't taken it yet. They're taking the time with this one. In the end, Klostermann has taken it. Goes out of play again. It'll be another throw, but this time it's come off of the German players. It'll be an Italian throw in exactly the same position. So it's just inside the German half, down the Italian left-hand side. Spinazzola to take it. Ball goes out of play once more. Getting a little bit scrappy. Just losing its way slightly as we head towards half-time. We're going to go about 6 minutes to half-time. Germany leading by a goal to nil. Antonio Rudiger has it over on the far side, just outside the German penalty area. Square ball to Saul. There's the ball forward towards the halfway line, looking for Leroy Sané. This time just decides to lay it off to Joshua Kimmich. And then make his way forward. This is better from the Germans. And here's Sané on the edge of the penalty. Sané left-footed shot down the throat of the goalkeeper. Nice and easy for Donnarumma. Could have done better there, Sané. Just suddenly found himself in space. He was fed in by Thomas Müller. Decided to take it first time, left-footed inside the D. It was central to the goal and lacking any power as well. Simple for Donnarumma. Should have done better there, Sané. Certainly an opportunity for the Germans to double the lead before half-time. It remains 1-0, but they are threatening the Germans. Back with Manuel Neuer. Low ball out to Antonio Rudiger. Back to Manuel Neuer once again. Out towards the left-hand side of the penalty area this time. And Saul Low ball, left-footed forward. The Italians desperately trying to win the ball back, but they can't. And then in the end, it's just a long ball forward towards the halfway line for the Germans, and Italy do win the ball back. They gift it back immediately. There's an Italian player down inside the German half, but the play goes on, and it's Leroy Sané now scampering towards the edge of the penalty area. Sané goes and gets the ball on his right foot, feeds Timo Werner. Timo Werner lines up the shot, takes it right-footed, tries to beat the keeper at the near post, who pushes it behind for a corner. Unselfish play that, to be fair, from Sané. It looked like he was going to take the shot on himself. Maybe he thought better of it because of the shot he had some moments ago that was so disappointing. And just slid in Werner inside the penalty area. Right-footed, low shot. Werner tried to beat the keeper at the near post. It was going to take something pretty special, I think, to beat the keeper at the near post. Decent shot, to be fair. Got a decent amount of pace on it, but the keeper, and a keeper of the calibre of Gianluigi Donnarumma, you'd expect to save, and he did. He pushed it behind for a corner, but before that corner's taken, I think there's going to be an Italian change here because Cristante is down. He's the player I mentioned earlier who was down just while that move started for Germany. He was down, injured, Cristante at number 16, and I've got a sneaky feeling he's not going to be playing any further part this evening. We'll keep an eye on that, but it's almost certain he's going to come off. I don't think he'll even wait till half-time. We are, 4 minutes to half-time, and it looks like he's coming off now, the Roma player, limping towards the near touchline, and he's going to be replaced by Luis Felipe. Plays for Lazio. And an enforced change for Roberto Mancini's men. So this corner will take place now for Germany down the right-hand side, left-footed and in-swinging as we head towards half-time. And it comes left-footed, headed clear for the Italians towards the edge of the penalty area. And they could have a break on potentially if they play this one right. Sané does well just to put a stop to the break, but they do still have possession down this near side, the Italians. And scampering down this left-hand side now. The ball's gone out of play, actually. In fact, it's going to be a throw into the Italians, midway inside the German half. Italian still, well, there's another Italian player down injured now. We've got Bastoni now, the number 23 into play. He's down, clutching his right ankle. There could be another potential issue here for the Italians. The trainer is back on. They haven't actually made that substitution yet, so they are currently down to 10 men, the Italians. They're still waiting for Luis Felipe to come on, the number 4. Definitely Brian Cristante has left the pitch. He's playing no further part. He's injured. And at the moment, it's not looking great for Alessandro Bastoni, who could well be joining him in that early bath. So with the break in play, we'll just have a quick look at the other scores going on around Europe as we approach half-time. England 0, Hungary 1, Holland 2, Wales 1, Poland 0, Belgium 1. Finished earlier, Armenia 1, Scotland 4, Bosnia and Herzegovina 2, Finland 2, Romania 0, Montenegro 1, Ukraine 0, Ireland 1, Luxembourg 1, Faroe Islands 0, Turkey 1, Lithuania 0, Moldova 2, Andorra 1. At half-time, this one is at half-time now, Liechtenstein 0, Latvia 2. And it's still Costa Rica 1, New Zealand 0 in that World Cup qualification playoff. Here comes the substitution. We're just trying to keep an eye. And Matteo Politano is off for Italy. We'll keep an eye on the other player that's down, Alessandro Bastoni. It's all getting very confusing down at the moment. The Italians, they're falling apart here. Injury after injury. Not surprising, I suppose, after a long season for these players. Well, the criticisms, obviously, of these Nation League matches. Although ordinarily, of course, we would be in a World Cup now, which has been put back to the end of the year. Germany win the ball back. Muller plays it back towards the edge of the penalty. It's played back to... Turns back into walking pace, plays it back to Manuel Neuer. Neuer out to Klosterman. Klosterman back towards the edge of the penalty area, and back comes İlkay Gündoğan actually to retrieve that one. Plays it back to Manuel Neuer on the edge of his 6-yard area. Gundogan again inside his own penalty area. Low ball left footed out towards the left-hand side, and Antonio Rudiger. There's Leroy Sané having to come deep to find possession. Does well, actually. Finds Klosterman. Klosterman can bring the ball forward now for the... as we enter stoppage time at the end of this first half. Just keep an eye on what the fourth official is going to bring up. It's down the right-hand side now for Germany with Hoffmann. Hoffmann has Sané in front of him. Also has Timo Werner lurking on the edge of the penalty area for the Germans. As I say, Timo Werner struggling again to sort of make his presence felt so far this evening for the Germans. And in the end, the Germans go all the way back to Manuel Neuer inside his penalty. I think they'd be quite happy to see the half-time whistle now, leading through Klosterman. Is Sané again? No, it's not Sané again, because he couldn't quite get hold of that one. Italy have it inside the centre circle. Rudiger does well, wins the ball back. Here comes Germany once more, this time with Hoffmann. Hoffmann central inside the Italy half, finds Gundogan back towards the centre circle for the Germans, out towards the left-hand side, and Rahm, the number 3, level with the edge of the penalty area. 1-2 between himself and Thomas Müller. Now Gundogan again, leaves it for Müller again. Is he shaping for the cross? He is, and it comes right-footed. And that one's through to the goalkeeper, disappointing delivery. Timo Werner's gone down, sorry, not Timo Werner, Jonas Hoffmann's gone down in a heap inside that penalty area. Hopefully just having a word with a couple of the Italian players. Just looking at this one again, the cross came in from the left-hand side. Well, there was a tangle between Hoffmann and Bastoni. The Germans are saying there was a push, and I think this is being looked at by VAR. This is an interesting one, actually, looking at a replay of it. I mean, it was sloppy from the defender, Bastoni. It has to be said. I don't think the German player was going to get onto the end of it anyway, but VAR's looking at this one, and this could well be a penalty and an opportunity for the Germans to double the lead before half-time, and it really is sloppy defending by Bastoni. Completely unnecessary. One of those things, those pushes that you could have got away with a long time ago. You're not going to get away with that these days. And the penalty has been awarded. Ilkay Gundogan will step up to take this one. Well, the Germans doesn't normally take penalties from Manchester City, who themselves have had problems with penalties all season, of course. The referee seems to be happy, just retreating now. It's going to be right-footed from Ilkay Gundogan against Donnarumma for a 2-goal advantage for Germany. Up he steps, right-footed, goes down the centre. Keeper goes towards his left-hand side, and Ilkay Gundogan doubles Germany's lead right on half-time through the penalty spots. It's Germany 2, Italy 0, and the Italians really shooting themselves in the foot there. Needless penalty, really. I don't even think that Jonas Hoffmann was going to get on the end of that cross, but he was definitely pushed in the back. He definitely went to ground. He made sure that I mean, there was a question mark as well, I think, which was looked at the VAR as to whether he was actually onside or not, but looking at the replay, he was dead level. And the Germans, right on half-time, have doubled their advantage here at the Borussia Park. It's shirts, white shorts, white socks. Germany in the second half playing from right to left there in their usual home strip as well. White shirts, black shorts, white socks. I'll just clear up the substitutions in a second. So Giorgio Scalvini is on, the number 19. The penalty area snapshot comes in, which goes well wide. Wide of the left-hand upright, where Manuel Neuer is. And the number 7 is also... And that is Caprari. It's Gianluca Caprari is on the number 6. In the end, from Scalvini, the substitute just mentioned. So Scalvini on, Caprari, I should say, on. And all the Italians, this a little bit more positive from them. Run down the left-hand side. In comes across right-footed. It might break kindly here. It does, and there's an opportunity, and the shot is blocked from Calabria. Clear towards the edge of the penalty area. Still an opportunity for the Italians here. And in the end, it's Gundogan. It's not particularly handsome as well from Costante. Goes over the bar and through for a goal kick, but already Italy have done more in the first couple of minutes of the second half than they did in the entire first half, I would say. But this trail by 2-0. But as I mentioned, they've made some substitutions. And just to confirm the players, their players that have come off. Raspadori, the number 22, he's gone. And Frattesi, the number 21, David Frattesi, he's off as well. Luis Felipe is on. Giorgini Scalvini is on. And Gianluca Caprari also on for the Italians. That completes it. No German changes to tell you about at half-time. Here's Leroy Sané now bringing the ball over the halfway line. He loses possession. He was disappointing in the first half. Sané. Space over on the left-hand side now for the Italians. Bringing the ball over the halfway line. Spinazzola goes for the ball in field to Barella, back out to the left-hand side once more. Italy retreating back towards the halfway line. There is a little space just central inside the Germany half for Scalvini, and Scalvini they find. Scalvini plays it towards the right-hand side, and the second of the three substitutes, Luis Felipe. Now it's with Notto over on the far side. Pass is loose down the left-hand side for Italy. Ball up in the air and there to be won. Kept in over on the far side, and then it's played down the line and clear for Italy, but by Germany, but it's picked up by Italy on the halfway line through Scalvini. Scalvini plays it back to his central defenders, and it's out towards this near side now. And Felipe, long ball, right-footed, is cut out by Gundogan on the halfway line. There's a sloppy pass, though, this time by the Hoffenheim player Rahm, the number 3. Italy win the ball back again. They lose possession once more, though. Here's Gundogan now just outside the centre circle. Brings it over the halfway line. He's got Sané towards the right-hand side. It's Sané who is found. Sané now 30 yards out. Has the ball on his left foot. Plays it towards the right-hand side of the penalty. And Timo Werner. Timo Werner tries to get the cross in low. It's blocked and breaks out towards the right-hand side where Werner has possession again. Played back towards the halfway line again for the Germans. Out towards the right this time. Now in field, there's a bit of space that's opened up here for Joshua Kimmich. Kimmich, who opened the scoring this evening for the Germans. Found himself in acres of space inside that Italian penalty area. Now it's played all the way back to Neuer, who's, as usual, just lurking outside of his penalty area. Happy to play the sweeper role for Germany, as he has for so long. Manuel Neuer, 113th cap for Germany tonight. He's on 113. Thomas Müller, 116. They've still got some way to go to get to the 150 that Lothar Matthäus put in for the Germans. He's the record most capped German player. Gundogan with a bit of space. Back now to Kimmich, and out towards the left-hand side, and Rahm, the number 3. Back towards the halfway line, inside the centre circle is Antonio Rudiger. Nice ball by him, finds space. There's the ball into the box, headed clear though by Philippe. Picked up again by Gundogan, 30 yards out. Gundogan now making his way towards the edge of the penalty area, towards the left-hand side. There's the low ball into the box. It's a dangerous one as well. It's not quite clear properly, and it's into the back of the net. It's 3-0, and it's Thomas Muller again. Oh my goodness, it's 3-0, and the Italians again were all over the place when that ball was played into the box. They did manage to clear it initially. It was a ball from the left-hand side by Raum, the number 3, which was clear, but it was cleared unconvincingly, and it dropped kindly for the 32-year-old on the edge of the penalty area, and Thomas Muller has made it Germany 3, Italy 0, and for all Italy's good intentions coming out at the start of the second half, he kind of didn't get a great connection on it, Muller. He kind of kicked it into the ground. Back out to Kimmich now, 25 yards out. Kimmich floats it into the box, looking for the head of Klostermann. It's cleared out towards the far side, but it's Germany winning possession again, and it's almost as if those first 2 or 3 minutes of the second half never happened, because Germany have assumed position again. They've assumed the control of this game, which they had in the first half. The Italians came out with plenty of effort, plenty of good intention at the start of the second half, but that's been blown completely out of the water with that third goal from Thomas Muller. Now it's with Rudiger, central inside the German half to Gundogan, and then back to Antonio Rudiger. Plays it back to the goalkeeper, takes one touch and then clicks long right-footed down the centre of the field. And he finds an Italian head. Here's an opportunity possibly for the Italians on the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed shot which deflects, and here's an opportunity surely for one back. And has Manuel Neuer saved that? Or has that gone over the line? Referee says play on, and it looked certain as if Barella was going to score there. And the referee has stopped play. We'll get a replay of this one. It's going to be interesting. The ball halfway line. It was headed back into the German half, and it fell kindly for Giovanni Caprari, and then the ball into the box. Well, it's impossible to tell from that angle whether the ball went into the net from Barella, because it bounced kindly for Correa. The shot was deflected up into the air. Actually bounced off Barella, and if Manuel Neuer did save that, it didn't go in. It's an incredible save, because he was sliding towards the goal from about 4 yards out, and well, play has continued. No goal for the Italians, and straight away Germany going down the other end, and they've won themselves a throw-in. They've won themselves a corner, I should say, down the left-hand side. And Italy so close to getting one. Often does, came sort of smothering out of his goal. And he sort of pushed the goal clear, but it looked, from our angle initially, as if the ball had already crossed the line, but it clearly hadn't. Another fantastic save to add to the resume of Manuel Neuer, which he's had over the years. So corner for Germany down this near side. They've worked that beautifully. Here's Gundogan inside the left-hand side of the penalty area, across the base of the goal. It's cleared. It's Timo Werner plays it back into the mixer. Italy just desperately trying to clear the ball, and they have, to be fair, out towards this near side. He'll bounce a couple of times and go out for a throw-in on the halfway line for Germany. But the Germans looking to, well, they're looking to run riot here at the moment, aren't they? 3 goals to the good. Looking to push forward for that 4th. They have the ball again on the halfway line, and they'll look to build once more. And the Italians, well, suddenly they do look like a team that you can understand how they didn't qualify for the World Cup. Germany have been very, very impressive this evening. And I know for a fact that when it comes down to a major tournament, the Germans will be there or thereabouts. They always are. Whether they come into the tournament with any form or not, it makes no difference. They just seem to turn on that tournament focus. And they're a match for anybody. Germany throw over on the far side. They played it back towards the halfway line. We're nearing the halfway, sorry, the hour, I should say, the hour mark on this match. Germany 3, Italy 0. Here's Gundogan, lovely touch by him. Gundogan still going towards the edge of the penalty area. Slides it in for Sané, must be 4-0. Leroy Sané, how has he not scored that? I think he may have been offside anyway, he was, but there's no excuses for why he didn't score. He hit the ball directly at the goalkeeper, who, to be fair, Donnarumma came out and smothered it. But it was beautiful skill by the Man City player, Gundogan. Yeah, he was a yard or so offside, half a yard offside. Sané, still no excuse for the finish. It was poor, should have scored, and it wouldn't have counted anyway. It remains 3-0, but it was the skill of Gundogan just sliding that ball through for Sané, who should have timed his run better, to be fair. Ball out of play down this near side. It's an Italian throw level with the edge of their own penalty area, so it's deep inside their own half. Still England 0, Hungary 1. Holland 2, Wales 1, Poland 0, Belgium 1. Bosnia and Herzegovina now 3, Finland 2, Romania 1, Montenegro 2, Ukraine 1, Ireland 1, Luxembourg 2, Faroe Islands 2.
When you...
And Costa Rica are on the way to Qatar because they've beaten New Zealand by 1-0. Again, Gundogan slides it forward, a little bit short on the pass. He was looking with Thomas Müller, I think, again. Intercepted. Italy have possession as we reach the hour mark here at the Borussia Park. It's plain sailing this for the Germans as it stands. Towards Donnarumma. Low ball out of the penalty area for him. Finds Mancini, new number 5. Back to Donnarumma again. Out towards the left-hand side this time for the Italians. Back with Donnarumma towards the left-hand side of his 6-yard area this time. Takes one. Oh, he's got to be careful there, Donnarumma. He was closed down quickly. Did well. Hoffman. And then Italy gift the ball back to the Germans once more. Here come Germany again. Oh, Leroy Sané with the step over. It's nice. Terrible finish by Timo Werner. What was he, 12 yards out? Went for placement, and the placement was awful because he hit it right at the goalkeeper, right-footed. There are more goals to be had in this game for the Germans if they play their cards right. It's just their couple of their strikers haven't got their shooting boots on tonight in the form of Timo Werner and Leroy Sané. Beautifully worked move it was, though, from the Germans. It was actually this time a lovely step over from Sané inside the penalty area, leaving that one for Timo Werner because Werner was in a better position and Werner was in more space. Decided to take it first time, right-footed, 12 yards out. Antonio Rudiger's just talked himself into the referee's book. Not quite sure what that was all about. First yellow card of the evening with the Chelsea centre-back. So Antonio Rudiger with a yellow. Free kick to the Italians. They have the ball inside the centre circle now, with Cristante out towards the left-hand side. Nice run down the left-hand side from Caprari. Ball's gone out of play. It will be an Italian throw right next to the corner flag down the Italian left-hand side. The referee now just having a word with Thomas Muller. Throw-in is taken. The Italians have it on the left-hand side of the German penalty area, but this time it'll be cleared for the Germans through Klosterman down the German right-hand side. Italy win it back though on the halfway line through Mancini. Now space down this right-hand side for Luis Felipe. Felipe decides to leave it this time for Mancini. In comes the cross. It sails over everybody, bounces up towards the left-hand side. It will be picked up by a blue shirt in the form of Spinazzola. The number 3, the Roma player. He wins himself a throw-in this time off of Hoffmann. No German changes to tell you about so far. Still sticking with the initial 11 from kick-off. Up to 5 substitutes available, of course. Italy level with the edge of the German penalty area. They've taken this one quickly and they've worked it central now, about 40 yards from goal. It's Luis Felipe, the number 4, out towards the left-hand side, the right-hand side this time. The Calabria has space, dinked inside the box. Calabria again, header across the edge of the 6-yard area. Opportunities for Italy. And 2 Italian players have pretty much run into each other there on the edge of the 6-yard area. And the Germans have cleared. Here come the Germans again, looking for number 4. Lovely play again by Gundogan, laid on Leroy Sané. It's poor from him though, sold it short, and Italy have the ball back again, this time through Notto. Notto on the edge of the penalty area, has the ball on his left foot. What can he do? He turns, he shapes. Here's an opportunity. There's the ball and there's the shot, which and Gnabry becomes the 5th Bayern player. Neil fancy his chances looking at this Italian defence the way they've been this evening. I mentioned earlier. Moves it forward to Kimmich. Kimmich can bring this ball forward under absolutely no pressure whatsoever. Once Gundogan. Gundogan, lovely ball down the left-hand side. Can it be kept in? No, it can't. It was a lovely run made down the left-hand side by David Raum, but he just couldn't get his legs on the end of that one. Just a little bit heavy from the Manchester City man. It's out for a throw-in to Italy in their left-back position. In their right-back position, I should say, which Calabria will take. Calabria celebrating the Scudetto, of course. AC Milan winning the Italian League dramatically over their Milan rivals Inter, of course. Just pipped them to the post. He's going to have a player on the far side. It's going to be an Italian throw just shy of the halfway line down the Italian left-hand side. I'm hearing Hungary have scored again against England. Not looking good. Just getting confirmation of that now. Italy have possession on the edge of the penalty area. Towards the halfway line, so here's Gundogan once more. He's been as good as anybody on the field tonight. Long ball forward by him towards the edge of the penalty area. Gnabry goes down in a heap under a challenge, clear towards the edge of the penalty area. Sané has it. Sané's closed down by 2, 3 blue shirts, and in the end, Italians do win the ball back. And here's some space down the right-hand side for Calabria. Calabria, the overlap this time from Notto on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Shows too much of it to the defender, but Italy do still have possession. And in the end, they've lost it on the edge of the penalty area. Here come the Germans again. Here comes Gundogan. Gundogan to Sané inside the centre circle. Lovely ball by him towards the right-hand side. This is dangerous again from the Germans. It's with Timo Werner. Timo Werner. Oh, it's a disappointing ball. Might fall for Gnabry. Gnabry lays it off to Gundogan. Gundogan tries a shot. Blocked. Cleared towards the edge of the penalty area. Nonchalant shot there from Gundogan, who's just sort of lurking there on the edge of the penalty area, waiting to pick up any pieces, anything that fell his way, and it fell kindly for the Manchester City midfielder. Tried the shot right-footed. Looked like it was probably going on target, to be fair. And an Italian body got in the way. But here come the Germans again, and it feels like only a matter of time before the Germans get a 4th. And if Gundogan keeps pulling the strings the way he has been, there's been obviously rumours about Gundogan leaving Manchester City. I mean, that shows the strength and depth that the English champions have got, if that is the case, because he's been the best player on the field tonight by a mile. Here he is again, Gundogan, just outside the centre circle inside the Italian half. What's the City guy going to do this one? Lovely thread pass towards the edge of the penalty area. Stamford, Gnabry, it must be 4-0. It's slid in, it is. It's 4-0. It's Gnabry who squares it to Timo Werner. It was unselfish, to be fair, of Gnabry. He's just come on as a substitute. He could have put that one himself, I reckon. He was sliding in to the left-hand corner of the 6-yard area. He just squared it across the 6-yard area. Timo Werner arrived, slid it in, and it was only a matter of time, wasn't it? It's Germany 4, Italy 0, and this is a thoroughly miserable night for the Italians, but this is a beautifully worked goal. Yep, Gnabry definitely onside, looking at a replay. Just squared it across the 6-yard area. In comes Werner, sliding in. Not to cheer about this season, but this has been a thoroughly miserable night for Roberto Mancini, and a fantastic one for Hansi Flick and the Germans. And it's just got worse and worse for the Italians in the second half, to be fair. Roberto Mancini made those substitutions, 1 in 40. Oh my goodness, they've given it away again. This must be 4-0 surely. 5-0 I should say it is. Or is he offside? It's Timo Werner who's put the ball into the net. It's 5. It is 5. This is becoming an absolute embarrassment for the Italians. And it all came from Donnarumma with a horrible, horrible clearance from his goal. He just gifted the ball back to the Germans, and it was just a case of whether the Germans could work it right and ensure that Werner wasn't offside. He scored twice in 2 minutes, Werner. 68 goals, 69 goal. It's played back to Donnarumma, takes one touch. Right footed, goes to clear it. It's closed down by Gnabry. And Gnabry plays it to Timo Werner, who's standing on the penalty spot, and just says thank you very much and just slides it past Donnarumma. It's an embarrassment for the Italians. It has to be said. It's awful from Donnarumma. Gnabry did well, to be fair. That's 2 assists for him as well in 2 minutes. Set up by Gnabry, finished by Werner. Werner's now on a hat-trick, despite doing absolutely nothing for about 67 minutes, apart from missing a couple of easy chances in the first half. It's Germany 5, Italy 0, and to be fair, with about 20 minutes to go, this could get a lot worse for the Italians. They'd be best off trying to, well, I'd say best off trying to shut up shop, but I'm not sure they can with their defending. They're known for their defending and have been for generations, of course. The Italians always know how to keep games tight. They always know how to hold on to leads when they get them. Well, this is a completely different Italian side. This is sobering stuff for Roberto Mancini. Just to confirm, as I mentioned before, Germany decided to go on this goal route in the last few minutes. The Hungarians have scored again at Molineux. I was going to say Wembley then, Molineux. So it's 2-0 now to Hungary, and they're doing the double over England. Absolutely no question about that now. They won the home fixture last week. England will be rock bottom of this group. I'm just trying to work out how this group's going to look now. So the Hungarians are going to have 7 points with their 2 wins and a defeat. And the Germans will have 6 points. The Italians, well, they're getting no more points now, but they were top of the group. They already had 5 points, and England rock bottom with 2 points. Ball is with Manuel Neuer. Plays it out of his goal, left-footed. Headed clear for the Italians. What are they going to do now? Are they going to look to try and at least get one on the score sheet, try and give something for their fans to cheer about, or are they just going to shut up shop and try and ensure this doesn't get any more embarrassing for themselves? They have the ball on the halfway line, ball swept towards this right-hand side. Decent first touch as well from Calabria. Can he get the ball into the box? He can, and Rudiger takes no chances, clears that first time out towards this near side. It'll be an Italian throw next to the corner flag, and it'll be taken by Nicola Barelli. No, it won't. He's left it. He's decided to leave it for David Calabria. Calabria then takes the throw for Italy. Seems the other left-hand side of the penalty area. Headed clear and out towards the left-hand side, and then an awful cross. Well, attempted cross which sails over the bar and through for a goal kick. Germany 5, Italy 0. And it's been so easy as well. Very, very easy for the Germans. And Roberto Mancini, just saw a shot of him there, just stood there, open mouth, just stunned, I think. Absolutely stunned. the number 3. And in place of him is the number 13, DiMarco. So Federico DiMarco, the second Inter player on this evening. 4 changes now for Roberto Mancini's men. Just the one for Hansi Flick, and of course it's been a good one as well, because it's Serge Gnabry who's come on, and within about 5 minutes of coming onto the field has laid 2 goals on a plate, really. Timo Werner's going to be replaced, so Timo Werner is not going to get his hat-trick. Nemeka's coming on in the place of him. So Lucas Nemeka is on. Plays for Wolfsburg. Just hearing the Hungarians have scored again against England. It's getting a little bit embarrassing. We talk about embarrassment for the Italians here, but it's getting a little bit embarrassing for England tonight, isn't it? Let's be honest. So Nemeka is on. Musiala is on. He's replaced Thomas Muller. Italian player gone down on the halfway line. Referee's allowed play to continue because the Italians have possession. In the end, referee has stopped play because he's gone down. Not quite see which Italian player it is that's gone down on the halfway line. They're clutching his left hamstring. In the meantime, we'll just get confirmation of these substitutions then. So the number 11, Lucas Nemeka, is on in place of Timo Werner, and Jamal Musiala, another Bayern player, is the third. So Jamal Musiala, the number 14. And it looks as if the Italians are readying their 5th and final substitution, possibly. And they may as well roll the dice. They're 5-0 down. Nothing to lose here. Who's coming on here for the Italians? Looks like it might be the number 9. Scamacca. It is. So that's the 5th and final substitution for the Italians. So just to confirm, Gianluca Scamacca is on. Forward for Sassuolo. As the Italians come forward down the left-hand side, there's a ball towards the edge of the penalty area, cleared out towards the left-hand side. In comes the shot, and it's in, and the Italians have got one back. And Notto puts it into the net. It was a save. It was a shot from the edge of the left-hand side of the penalty area. One-handed save from Manuel Neuer. Couldn't quite get enough on it, and sliding in was the number 11, Wilfried Notto, to put that one into the empty net. Just got ahead of Rudiger, and it's nothing more than a consolation for the Italians, but they'll take it. Decent save from Manuel Neuer from the initial shot, and Notto puts it in. The player who plays in the Swiss league, plays for Zurich. And in the 78th minute, he's made it. Germany 1, Germany 5, I should say, Italy 1. And just to confirm, that final substitution that was taking place just before that goal went in as well. It's all happening at the moment, this game. But there was a 5th and final substitution for the Italians. And it's Mancini who's come off the number 5 for Italy. He looked injured as well, to be quite honest with you. He was the player who'd gone down, who I mentioned earlier. Clutching his hamstring, and the Hungarians have scored again. That's now confirmed. So it's England 0, Hungary 3. A little bit embarrassing for England, it has to be said. And it's Nagy who scored the 3rd for Hungary. So that's at Molineux that one's taking place. Italy have possession deep inside their own half. You're not missing much at the moment, so we'll just catch up on the scores. England 0, Hungary 3, Germany 5, Italy 1 here. Holland still 2-1 up against Wales. Poland 0, Belgium 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 3, Finland 2, Romania 0, Montenegro 3, Ukraine 1, Ireland 1, Luxembourg 2, Faroe Islands 2, Turkey 2, Lithuania 0, and Liechtenstein 0, Latvia 2. They're all latest scores. And about 5 to 10 minutes left. This game seems to be behind every other game playing this evening, actually. It's still 10 minutes to play here at Borussia Park. It's Germany 5, Italy 1. Referee is just having a word here with one of the Italian players. Let's have a look at this. Is there going to be a card? It's Calabria he's talking to. No, there's not going to be a card. There's only been one card so far this evening. That was to Antonio Rudiger, and that was something he said to the referee. It's going to be a free kick to the Germans deep inside their own half, which Rudiger will take. Plays it back to Manuel Neuer. Towards the halfway line, picked up by Gnabry. Gnabri's done well. He's done well since coming on, actually. Gnabry deserves a goal for his efforts this evening. Here's Sane. Sane's first touch is a decent one. Here's Gundogan trying to slide through to Gnabry again, but there's a Italian foot that got in the way, and there's a ball down the centre of the field. Out comes Manuel Neuer doing his sweeper job to head that one clear beautifully as well. Finds a white shirt. The Italian player was offside anyway. It'll be a free kick to the Germans. Looking at a replay confirmation that the Italian player was offside anyway. It was the substitute Scamacci who was offside. It's a free kick to Germany, which they've taken. Gundogan has, actually the referee, did he book somebody there? He was talking to Kimmich. Not sure whatever it was, it must have been something that was off the ball. He certainly had he's actually Leroy Sané he's booked. Must have been something Sané said, I assume. Second yellow of the evening, both to Germans. One for Antonio Rudiger, one for Leroy Sané. Game's kicked off again. Ball forward for Germany is an opportunity possibly for a run, but it's got too much on it for Gundogan, and it's through for a goal kick. Just looking at a replay of that Italian goal some moments ago. Neuer will be disappointed he didn't push that shot clear. But good following up by Notto. And here come the Italians again, now inside the centre circle with Scamacci. Cleared though out towards the right-hand side for the Germans. Germans are still hungry for more goals. Here goes Gundogan. Loads that one off beautifully. This is promising for the Germans, but it's cleared on the edge of the penalty area by the Italians. Here comes Antonio Rudiger, long ball forward now. You can see that they're not shutting up shop here. They're not content with the 5 that they've already got. Musiala now has possession. It's nice to leave it though for Kimmich. Kimmich central inside the Italy half. Forward again, and a snapshot from Musiala is deflected clear. Finds Gundogan. Gundogan 40 yards out for the Germans. Ball clipped towards this left-hand side. The space for Rahm, now the number 3. Loses possession just by trying to keep the ball in play. His touch was a little bit heavy, and it allowed Calabria to win the ball back for Italy. Calabria, though, has the ball deep inside the Italian half. Got to be careful here, the Italians. Hungary have scored again at Molineux. It's England 0, Hungary 4. It's as big a shock, if not a bigger shock, to be fair, than tonight. Here come Italy, though, over the halfway line. They're still looking for goals. They know they're beaten, but they could have something here to stay before the end of the game. Ball towards the edge of the penalty area is intercepted, and Germany have cleared towards the halfway line. It's gone out of play. Throw in on the halfway line for the Italians down their left-hand side. Bastoni to take it, takes it quickly. 5 minutes to go. Germany 5, Italy 1. Just hearing Wales have got a penalty in stoppage time against Holland. They're trailing the Dutch by 2-1, but they've got an opportunity right at the end there to get themselves a point. Keep an eye on that one. Here come the Italians again through Notto, the goal scorer, out towards his right-hand side, and Calabria. Here's a crossing opportunity for him. Darts inside the penalty area, tries the shot left-footed, bounces a couple of times, goes through to Manuel Neuer. Comfortable, that one for Neuer. No pace in the shot at all, to be fair. Gundogan now inside the centre circle for the Germans. If he's not man of the match tonight, then I don't know who he is. Kimmich goes down under a challenge, wins himself a free kick on the halfway line for the Germans. Double substitution coming up for the Germans right at the end here. 23 and 4 are the numbers I'm seeing up. That'll be their 4th and 5th, so final substitutions. Stack and Tar coming on. Number 15 coming off. Niklas Süle is the first one to be replaced. Now we've got an idiot on the pitch running around. A youngster holding a phone in a black tracksuit. Still not caught. There's 2 of them onto him. Still haven't got him. He's got decent pace, to be fair, this guy. The Italians could have done with him in the... So he is on now. He's the number 4, Tar. T-A-H. Just scored again. The Welsh got level 2 minutes into stoppage time and 4 minutes into stoppage time. The Dutch have scored again. It's finished now at Molineux, by the way. It's England 0, Hungary 4. I can't remember the last time England had a result as bad as that. Nations League or no Nations League. Here's Rudiger with possession inside the last 60 seconds of normal time. And just time to be added on after that as Germany come again looking for a 5th. Sade lays it off, but his touch is a little bit heavy. Couldn't quite find Musiala, his Bayern Munich teammate. Italy have possession again just inside their own half. Over on the far side, the Italian left. Ball spooned forward towards this near side. There is space if it can be kept in. It can't. It had too much on it. Calabria was scampering down the right-hand side. Could get on the end of it. It's out for a throw-in to Germany deep inside their own half down their left-hand side. Throw-in is taken. Played back to Manuel Neuer. Takes one touch. Kicks long right-footed. Picked up over on the far side for the Italians. Through Di Mario. He's done pretty well since coming on to be there. It was his shot that was saved by Neuer that resulted in the goal for the Italians. As here comes Germany down the left-hand side. Here's Gnabry. Ball with the right edge of his right foot. It's shot. Here's an opportunity for another. It must be the 6th, and it's not because it's put wide. And I don't quite know how Stack, it's his first touch to be fair, since coming off, has dragged that shot wide when he should have scored. It should have been 6-1. And it was great play again by Gnabry. The ball played into the box with the outside of his right foot towards Leroy Sané. Sané laid it off to Stack, and it was on a plate for the Mainz player. And right-footed, he put it into the side netting. And we're into stoppage time now. 3 minutes to play on at the end of the 90. Germany 5, Italy 1. So it's finished at England, at Molineux, I should say. England 0, Hungary 4. It's finished, just to confirm that exciting end of that Dutch match against Wales. Gareth Bale equalising from the penalty spot in the 2nd minute stoppage time, but Memphis Depay went up the other end and scored the winner for Holland. So 3-2. Disappointment for Wales. That would have been a super result for them to get a 2-2. Poland 0, Belgium 1. These are all finished now, these matches. The only match that hasn't finished in the Nations League is the one we're watching right now. We're into the 2nd minute of stoppage time as Germany have possession deep inside their own half. It's finished Bosnia-Herzegovina 3, Finland 2, Romania 0, Montenegro 3, Ukraine 1, Ireland 1, Luxembourg 2, Faroe Islands 2, Turkey 2, Lithuania 0, Moldova 2, Andorra 1, Liechtenstein 0, Latvia 2, and as I mentioned earlier, Costa Rica beating New Zealand in that World Cup qualifying playoff 1-0. They're on their way to Qatar. Here come Italy down the right-hand side with their goal scorer, Notto. Notto goes down under a challenge. He wins himself a throw-in anyway because the ball's gone out of play. I think it came off of David Raum last. Referee's actually given a free kick just on the touchline, so when he did go down in a heap, the referee saw enough to award a free kick to the Italians. So it's level with the edge of the Germany penalty area down the Italian right-hand side, just about a couple of yards infield. It'll be taken by the Italian number 18, Nicola Barella. In comes the shot, fantastic save. And I did say that Federico Di Mario has played well since he came off the bench. He's been the best Italian player, to be quite honest with you. That was a fantastic effort. Left foot curling towards the top corner. And a lovely one-handed save from Manuel Neuer He'll be pleased with that one, Neuer, I think. He was disappointed, I think, in his role in the goal earlier on. It's a corner to Italy in the last minute of stoppage time from the Italian left-hand side. In it comes left-footed, headed clear at the near post by David Raum. Picked up again by the aforementioned Di Mario. Cleared, though, by the Germans. And that could well be that. We've got about 30 seconds left as the Germans try and break, looking for a sixth. But Italy have won the ball back on the halfway line. Long ball forward, right-footed towards the edge of the penalty area. Picked up by Notto. Challenge coming in, and Rudiger will do well to prevent the corner there. He can't. So it's an Italian corner if we've got time to play it. I think we've played pretty much our 3 minutes of stoppage time. And just the story of the game then. Joshua Kimmich giving the Germans a lead in the 11th minute, right on the stroke of half-time, 2-0. Ilkay Gundogan following a VAR check, penalty, making it 2-0. Till at half-time, out came the Italians. Well, they were quick out the traps in the second half, didn't have anything to show for it, and then within a few minutes of the second half, oh my goodness, they've got another one back, have they? It's 5-2. Corner comes in from the right-hand side and headed in at the near post by Alessandro Bastoni, and I think that's the end of the match. I think the referee's blown up. It was a left-footed corner, and he snuck in at the near post, past Manuel Neuer to get the Italian second goal of the game. Well, easy as you like, to be fair. And that is that, because the game will not restart. The game has finished here at Borussia Park. Germany 5, Italy 2. We got to half-time, I mentioned, as I said, Italy came out of the traps quickly in the second half, but then all that good work was undone. So a couple of changes by Roberto Mancini didn't make a difference because Thomas Muller made it 3-0. Then